Subscribe to Blessedarch for your dose of art, architecture, and design, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Hey yo guys, welcome back to Blessedarch. Now, as I promised, every month I'm trying to do a Q&A video with you guys. I posted a story on Instagram and a lot of you had a lot of questions, ranging from after college to during college, what softwares to learn, how to go about content creation. So there are loads of things to uncover today. I won't be able to answer all of those questions, but I will get to a lot of them. So let's get started.
Let's play Bamboozled.
Alright, so our first question from Aman Srivastav is college approach to design versus big architecture studios approach to design. Start from plan versus model. Okay, Aman, I'm going to be frank with you. Just as it differs from student to student how they work, it differs from firm to firm how they work. Basically, not everybody works in the same way. Just because they're all big names does not mean all of them have a specific way of working. Now, when you say start from plan or start from the model, it is an individual's approach. You can start from each, whichever you want to. It also depends largely upon the project. If you're doing a museum, if you're doing a stadium, probably something like a form would take precedence over the plan beforehand, because that is something that you'll think about. But if you're going to make something like a hospital, obviously the internal planning is going to take precedent over the form. It matters that the building should function efficiently if it's a hospital, because that is what is required. So it actually depends on what the program is, what the project is, what scale it is. It depends on an individual's approach, it depends on the firm's approach, and it depends on a variety of factors. So there's no specific difference that you can point out, this is the way you work in college, this is the way you work in big architecture firms. No line like that. Alright, so Darth Acrelis, if I'm reading that right, asks, will AI and 3D printers, are they the future of architecture?
Yes! It's a robot uprising! Call the police!
So when it comes to AI and 3D printers, I think it'll be a huge part of the building construction and technology industry in the future. I'm not saying it'll completely take over, but I can see a trend where there'll be a huge part. Now again, this does not mean it'll be the same all over the world, because countries are at a different level in terms of technology, in terms of economy, and so I don't think it being adopted throughout the world as a standard would happen anytime soon, because robotics and machinery take up a lot of jobs from a lot of people as well. So there's those factors that come in as well.
You realize, Penny, that the technology that went into this arm will one day make unskilled food servers such as yourself obsolete.
Really? They're gonna make a robot that spits on your hamburger?
So I don't think it'll happen all over the world, but I do think, a lot of major projects, you're gonna see technology, you're gonna see 3D printers, you're gonna see AI coming in more and more and more. So just like any other field, I think architecture also needs to be prepared for that. And also, just to add, I know that in our immediate surroundings in India, we don't see it as much. I'm speaking to people especially in India right now, but all over the world, technology, AI, 3D printing, they are being adopted on a large scale. It is already in our field. I'm not saying it's a lot of years away. It is already in our field. It's just spreading to all over the world slowly and steadily. It's inevitable.
I know this is hard for you, but winter is coming.
Alright, so Shreya Channel, I don't know if I pronounced your surname correctly, but your question is, I am scared about the criticism in architecture school, but I also love architecture, but scared. I understand being scared of criticism, I honestly do. It gets to you, but I will tell you, there'll be criticism not just in architecture, not just in school, out of school, but there'll be criticism for whatever you do in this world. As long as you are doing something, as long as there are people existing, there is going to be criticism. It just comes with practice that you just have to get a thicker skin. If you think that criticism is valid, just calm yourself down and think about what they said. But if you think they are just saying it out of spite, or your preferences are just different, that criticism does not matter to you, and you need to learn to let it go. When you work in artistic and creative fields, the criticism increases tenfold, because now people have opinions. Because you see, artistic professions are much more subjective. They depend on person to person. What I like, you might not like. What you like, I might not like. And so there'll be a huge criticism for whatever you do.
Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked. Like my need to be praised.
Especially in architecture, there'll be a lot that you'll have to face, so you just have to get used to it, get a thicker skin, and don't worry, all of us have been there. Even the person criticizing you has been criticized, so it's alright. Let it go, take a deep breath in, let it go. Legit, let it go. Alright, next up, Yashaswini asks Mac or Windows. I think Mac or Windows is a personal choice. I don't see a huge difference, Depends on what you're comfortable with. I personally like Windows because I've grown up with Windows all my life. When I go to a Mac, I have to sort of reorient my brain to work on it a little bit. Personally, I would say Windows, but it's your choice. Alright, so Rasika asks, which is the best platform for content creation for beginners? I would say take your pick. In today's climate, in today's era, or social media platforms that are booming, just pick one of them, and key is to stick to it and keep producing content for that platform. You can slowly and steadily start making content for more platforms, but whatever platform you choose, just stick to it. If you want to go for TikTok, I know it's banned in India, I'm talking to people outside. Otherwise, you can create reels on Instagram. If you want, you can create YouTube videos, create something on Facebook. Snapchat now has a spotlight feature that can let you go all over the world. You can create podcasts. LinkedIn, I have made a LinkedIn page for Blessedarch and doing some stuff there. It just depends on what type of content you want to create. That might influence what platform you want to be on. But I would just say pick one and stick to it. Create loads and loads of content, but stick to it.
Before you know it, we're going to be a country full of YouTubing selfie takers, living in houses full of because nobody knows how to fix a damn toilet.
Alright, so JJBI3 asks, why are you so cute?
I could do it in person.
All right, I'm going back to Africa, people. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
I have a personal profile on Instagram called ThatBlessHuman. Come follow me there. And to actually answer your question, I think mom and dad's jeans are quite nice. Alright, so Mahek Rijwani asks, is it beneficial to pursue bachelors in architecture from abroad? So now when pursuing architecture, when you're pursuing masters from abroad, I think it matters a lot about what you want to study. There are some great colleges out there that offer some amazing courses. And if you're going for those courses to those specific colleges, great. But if you just want to do an MArch, a master's in architecture, and you don't have a specific college in mind that whose program would be really good, because just going abroad to any random college, I don't think that adds any value. If you're going, go to a good college. And that is why I'd say, then it also depends on which institute you go to, especially for masters. It depends on which institute you go to, because master's level is not just about studying anymore. Master's level becomes about networking, about building that connection with people who would be your peers in the industry. So you need to try and go to the best so that you can create the best network out there. So I would just say, especially if you're thinking about masters, look at the best institutes all around the world, the programs that they have to offer, and then decide. Don't just think that anywhere abroad I'll just go and get a master's and that'll be fruitful. It probably won't be. Alright, so Shalaka_Bavkar asks, do you still pursue architecture as practice? So I don't. I pursue content creation full time. I was previously working for Trip Machine Company, but now I do Blessedarch full time. Alright, so Aki.Anik asks, process for getting a job in architecture software like Autodesk, etc. field. I had made a video with Sam discussing this. I hope that icon has come up and you can go. Otherwise, if it's not come up, just go. I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. There'll be an information icon right there, info cards. I'll put the video where we had specifically discussed how he got a job at Autodesk and what all does he do there, everything about that. So do watch that video. Hopefully you get some idea from that. Alright, so Mr. Khan 799166061 asks, I'm studying first year of architecture. How do you manage to complete so many sheets in a given deadline? Mr. Khan, all I can tell you is usually it just comes with practice, and once you're used to giving that number of sheets in that particular deadline, they'll just pile up more. The goalpost just keeps getting shifted forward. So I would just say, practice makes perfect. That's the way for anything in this world. And if you want to complete something on time, just do that. One thing I'll tell you, one thing a lot of people don't understand about time management is it works throughout. Like, it's not like starting of the semester you'll just have fun, and then end of the semester is when you complete all of your assignments, and now you're thinking, time management, how do I do it all? And later in the semester you will have to sort of do all-nighters, drink loads of coffee, drink loads of Red Bull and keep at it because you did not work at the start of the semester. So I would just say one thing it goes, especially if you're at the start of the semester level, if you're getting work, try and spend some time and complete the work, especially if you have time within the classroom. If you don't, try and complete it that very day. Otherwise, it will pile up and then you have nothing to do. You just do the work. So if you don't want things to pile up, just do them on time. That is all I can say. By the way, I know there is just too much work that is given in architecture school. So it's all right, you know. Take a breather, take some time off, get back to work. It's all right. Alright, so I'm not sure how long this video has already become. So I am going to take one last question. And that is, alright, so Ritika Tandon asks, are you interested in building a team or an organization? And the next question she asks, are you looking for interns to work with you? Alright, so I am interested in scaling up Blessedarch, in building a team. I'm just not doing it right now, but that is the goal in the future. I will be looking into it. Currently, I am not taking any interns or people to work with. As soon as I do, I will let you know. And that was it, you guys. You guys had some really good questions in there. I'm sorry I could not cover all of them, but I'm going to do this every month. And you know, it's not going to be just me. I'm going to try and invite people every month so that we can do this together and, you know, answer your questions. So even if I didn't answer your question this month, don't worry. You can just send it next month. And thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for watching this video. Any thoughts on and any other questions on the questions that I just answered, let me know in the comments below. You can let me know questions for next time also in the comments below. As always, do give this video a thumbs up, do share this video, do subscribe to Blessedarch. And that is it. I will see you guys soon with more such content. Bye bye.